big day for Jack Grealish tomorrow, going back to Aston Villa. How do you sort of assess the season that he's had so far?
I start well after I have 2 or 3 setbacks for the injuries, and also he's a player that needs time and minutes, to get his form, for his physicality. But he's a strong, come to his, I would say, home.
It's over a year now, Pep, since he scored for City. It was mid-December last season since he last scored. Is that something that sort of worries you, those sort of statistics?
Well, last season it was not a good season for him. And, now they have a setbacks. Of course, the people up front has to, produce as much as possible. But it's not just Jack. So, a few of them, we are struggling to create a little bit up front. But always I am optimistic about my players that they are able to turn and perform well.
Somewhere to go there? Yeah, Jamie at the front.
Hi, Pep. You sold Alvarez in the summer and didn't buy anyone, and now you're coming up to January. I don't know whether you're going to go into the market, but do you feel the charges hanging over the club is maybe causing some players to think, should I go to City because I just don't know what the future holds? Would that be a fair sort of concern of theirs?
Well, winter time is not easy to buy some players that make an impact, especially in players up front, I would say. Of course, Julian was an important player in terms of numbers. For the minutes, play always was effective. But we had Phil and we have Oscar, and both we didn't have it this season. When I thought of a replacement for them, okay, you have these 2 players, even McAtee can play there. Always I trust a lot with the process. Oscar is a guy like show us that can score and assist a lot, and Phil, it's not necessary to say how the impact it has in our game. And in that situation that happened, what happened this season. So that's why we struggle a little bit in that concept, for the players up front to give us the numbers that we need to be solid in our games.
But specifically with regard to the charges, you don't think that's...
The charge?
Yeah, the 115 or 100 plus charges that's maybe causing some players who you might be interested in to sort of think, I don't know whether to go to City because I just don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. It's going to happen in winter time. I don't know what's going to happen. I know the people expecting that, but I don't know. It always happen. I think in February, March will be the sentence, and after we'll see.
And you just talked there about your front line. Would you ever consider going back to maybe your false 9 system just for a change, just because?
With Erling?
Well, without Erling, maybe. Just change it up. Bernardo Silva, maybe they're Phil.
I prefer to play with Erling.
Yeah, so you wouldn't consider
I didn't think in the situation that I have done Erling let him play. Absolutely not. No, I didn't think about that. Always I play false 9s for the quality specific for the players they have in that moment. In some games, for example, play against man-to-man, teams man-to-man, I love to play against false 9, but to have an Erling, I have to adapt.
Pep, you mentioned McAtee there. What is it that you've not seen from him and from some of the younger players as well?
That's a good question. But in that period that we have, I'm going to make responsibility for the senior players. So the last game, for example, against United, I thought to put Jamai, who played like a player really good, but put that pressure in that situation, the young players playing that positions is a little bit, maybe it's unfair, maybe I'm wrong. It happened in the past, but I had the feeling that in that moment, the players have no experience, but they have to show and prove who we are as a team, what they have done in the past. I have to give them the keys, to try to lead us, to try to turn around the situation.
Is it sort of that you feel like the players that have brought you success before kind of are the ones that need to get you out of this run?
We have to do it, all of us. But of course there are players that have more experience in that positions, and normally this type of they take a lot of minutes. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but so far I decide in that way.
And are the younger players ready to come in?
Always they are ready. The young players always have the ability to don't defend anything in terms in the past, and they are free and they can do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Pep. And speaking of Erling, he's obviously played a lot of minutes this season. No player for City has more. Do you think he's getting close to what is sustainable for the body and for the mind in terms of minutes and matches? Do you think you're past the limit?
I see him well. I see him fine, and the reason why is maybe it's not so productive in that situation. It's for the way we are playing, that we don't produce this amount of chances that always we were able to do in the past. And that's why when he's him, surrounded for 2 or 3 or 4 central defenders, it's not easy for him. So you have to create more good game, more our play better to create the spaces for him.
You mentioned also Phil and Oscar that can be maybe play in the same position. And how important do you feel it is to get someone to get to play in the same position so Erling can get some rest?
No, the position, Erling is irreplaceable. I'm saying the positions are close or how to make it some rest, but that is not the point. And of course we need all of them, our best version for all of them, not just one specific players. For me, it should be so easy. Blame in that positions. I will be so selfish in that terms. So it's what it is. It's about us. It's not about. I said many times. If I said to a player, if the problem was with just one player, specific player, we'll be easy. The decision will be easy. But it's not about that. So many of the goals we concede, we give them away. We give them. So it's not about one specific. A lot of the situations. That in the situation is more difficult. And you have to, work on that, and step by step, the moment some results were in back, it will be better.
Yeah, just a quick one, Oscar as well, because we've said January, February was expected to return. Is it still like this?
I don't know with Oscar, so I still didn't train with the team once, so we'll see. I think it's a question of the bone, and when it's fixed enough pain, he will be ready. And I think for his physicality, with some weeks of training, he will get, his rhythm. Not like we saw in pre-season, but quite similar.
Cheeky's obviously been like a crucial part of the club for a very long time. I mean, just so many excellent players have been brought to the club, and the way the players have been sold on. You obviously have a very close working relationship with him. Obviously, he's a friend. He's obviously going. Hugo Viana's coming in next year. How important is it that transition is handled smoothly? Because it's going to be another challenge for the club, having a different sporting director who's been so successful, and you know how he works. How important is it that transition is smooth and works quickly, particularly when you look at the age profile of the squad and maybe the work you're going to need to do with it over the next year or two?
I think Chiqui is doing the same you have done, thinking what can we do if you have to do something in winter on the next summer. Will be involved in the transfer window. I think talking with the club, with Hugo maybe, especially when Hugo finish his part in Lisboa, and do it the same way they have done. And after that, will be changes for the fact that the persons are different. And of course, the people who are a long time here have to welcome and help, Hugo when he's settled here and understand the game, the team, understand the club, and it's going to happen.
The fact that the club know the plan, obviously they've got this new guy obviously coming in, but you think Cheeky will help in the winter and the summer, put a lot of building blocks in place, really? So you're going to give yourself every chance, you think, for it to go as smoothly as possible?
I don't think the club. I think what we spoke and we talk in winter. We're going to do something is really we need it, or we believe something. We can find something not for just 4 or 5 months, except exceptional things. For the next 3 or 4. In the winter is more difficult to do, but we will see. We'll see not just for that situation. It happened. I don't know in the last years how many times we went in the winter, maybe with Laporte, Aymeric, maybe. Yeah, years ago. Always we are not a big fan of that, but the circumstances this season is special. I have been special, and we have to see if we have to do something. Is possible. If no, we are going to wait in the summertime, thinking about how we finish the season, how the players finish, how they perform. Knowing that we will have again short holidays next summer, and next year we'll be here, and we have to see what we have to do. And we talk and we see what the market is possible, and because maybe it will not be possible, we see.
one with Jack, please.
Pep, just following on from that, can the players that come in, if any players come in next month, I know you plan the club's planning for the future and they've got to be the right player for years to come, but anyone that comes in next month, are they not going to have an immediate impact in giving everyone a little bit of a lift within the squad anyway, just having a new face?
Yeah, but it's not easy to do that. Because the players and the teams don't sell, have to be a players like maybe don't play, or if you don't want to sell, they are so expensive. So, yeah, depends of the market, depends the situations, we will see. And the leave the team is simple, is players back. Players back, except Rodri, have the squad there. And after that, we will be the team like maybe we were. But apart of that, there are situations that not depend just exclusively for that. And we were not able to solve it to get results that we need right now.
You talking about the players coming back. I don't know whether I misheard you before, but you said you got two. It sounded like you got two new long-term injuries.
No, long-term no. But listen, when you are in September, October, international break is not a match. When we're in December, January, February, when you lose 3 weeks for a month, you lose 7-8 games. It is a lot. And this is a little bit the situation, because Eddie have been struggle with some niggles in his leg, and now he doesn't feel completely fine. And of course, Eddie is so important for us, for the personality, for everything. And of course, Ruben it is. But this is what I'm said. So he played 5 games in 14 days, or 5 games in 15 days, something like that. So coming from injury, because cannot replacement, because they are injured, and he's injured again. It happened with Nathan, and this role is again and again and again. So I don't want to make Nathan play. Every 3 days, 3 games every 3 days, because we know the history for Nathan. But we didn't have alternative because John was injured, Manu was injured, and the players were in that position. And that's why I still, when I said back, is for that, But you can rotate a little bit for this schedule, and now we cannot do that. And that's why I said they survive and try to get results. Our mood will lift, and our game will be better, and accept the situation that is what it is. This is what I want to transmit to the team. So don't pretend to the big targets. So we are in this position that we are right now, and I have to accept it. And as much you accept it that we are not in our best, we are not fine, we'll be better. We'll be better.
Can I just ask, obviously the players had Monday and Tuesday off after the game on Sunday. Was that like a period of reflection for you? Was that beneficial to have a couple of days to...
If we win, yeah. If we don't win, why we didn't train? I had to make a decision, take a decision all the time. I've done it all my career, and I love to do it. And I thought in that moment what happened is better than see each other. Go home, your families, our families. Forget football. We have 3-4 days, to prepare the game against Aston Villa and the other one. Sometimes it's good. It's not about the training. Now everything is in our minds, in our heads. How you intervene that is the secret. I intervene with 21 or 22, and everyone has to do it. We can be better in that department, in the other department. Yeah, of course. But we have been better in 8 years. You know that? So, and that's why we have been, as I said, not good results with 45 days. We have been incredible results for 8 years. So this is a different situation, and everything is in our mind. And you have to get back of that and the results, but especially with the players back. That is what we missed this season. The team was really, really good. I remember the first game or second game, I saw the people in the bench or the people warm up before the game. I said, wow, what a squad we have. We can make a lot of things. We can move a lot of players. We can do it. But step by step, day by day, week by week, and that's why we start to win games, but 2-1, 1-0, always was, but okay, it's normal. We won a lot, but immediately start to, fell down 4 central defenders at time and everything. And after that, I start to don't get results and doubts. And of course, it's happened. It's happened to all the teams. It happened to us. And we didn't expect, I said after the United, didn't expect to do it as much long that it's going. But what can I do? It's good. Yes, moments, okay, work harder and try to give confidence to the players and themselves, and back to our basics, what we are strong as a team, and come back for that side.